The first time Daniel saw the thing in the hallway, he thought he was dreaming. The second time, his neighbor disappeared. Daniel lived alone in apartment 204, a cheap building, quiet neighborhood, nothing unusual. At least that's what he believed until the note appeared beneath his door late one night. Whatever happens tonight, do not look down the hallway for more than 5 seconds. Daniel laughed nervously when he read it. He assumed it was some kind of prank from another tenant. But deep down, something about the handwriting felt wrong, almost rushed, like whoever wrote it was terrified. Then midnight came. At exactly 12:14 a.m., Daniel heard footsteps outside his apartment. Slow, heavy, dragging. At first, he ignored them, but the sound continued, pacing back and forth in the hallway outside his door. Finally, curiosity got the better of him. He opened the door slightly and aimed his flashlight into the darkness. The hallway was empty. "Hello?" Daniel whispered. Then he saw it. At the far end of the hallway stood a tall figure, too tall, too thin, completely motionless beneath the flickering ceiling lights. Daniel stared. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. The figure didn't move. 4 seconds, 5 seconds. The hallway lights suddenly shut off. Darkness swallowed everything. Then came the scream. "Help me!" A woman screamed somewhere down the hallway. Apartment doors opened. Residents peeked outside nervously as emergency red lights flashed overhead. The screaming came from apartment 208. Emily Parker, Daniel's neighbor. But when police arrived, Emily was gone. No broken windows. No sign of forced entry. No blood. Only a message scratched onto her wall. "Don't look too long." That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. Something about the figure felt familiar. Wrong in a way he couldn't explain. So he searched the building online. What he discovered terrified him. Over the last 20 years, 17 people had disappeared from the 4th floor of the building. Every single victim reported seeing a tall man standing at the end of the hallway shortly before vanishing. Daniel found old police reports filled with impossible stories. Witnesses claimed the figure never walked. It only moved whenever someone looked away. That was impossible, but Daniel needed answers. The next night, he broke into the building's security office and stole the surveillance footage from the hallway cameras. At first, nothing happened. The hallway remained empty for hours. Then, at exactly 3:03 a.m., the video glitched. For a single frame, the figure appeared at the far end of the hallway. Daniel froze. The footage glitched again. Now the figure was closer. Another glitch. Closer. The thing never moved normally. Every camera distortion brought it nearer. Daniel shut the laptop immediately. That's when he heard a voice behind him. "You saw it, didn't you?" An old woman stood in the doorway, smoking a cigarette with trembling hands. Her eyes looked exhausted, terrified. "It comes when people stare too long," she whispered. "And once it sees your face, it never stops watching." Daniel asked her what the thing was, but she only shook her head slowly. "The hallway doesn't lead where you think after midnight." Then she walked away into the rain. At 3:03 a.m. the following night, Daniel heard breathing outside his apartment door. Heavy, wet, distorted. He backed away slowly as the shadow beneath the door stretched unnaturally across the floor toward him. Then came the whisper, "Daniel!" His blood turned cold. Shaking violently, Daniel stepped toward the peephole and instantly regretted it. A pale, distorted face stared directly back at him from inches away. Its eyes were hollow, its smile stretched impossibly wide. "Daniel!" it whispered again. Daniel stumbled backwards, screaming as the apartment lights flickered violently around him. That was when he discovered the truth hidden beneath the wallpaper inside his apartment. Old newspaper clippings, photographs, fire reports. 30 years earlier, a massive fire had torn through the building. Dozens of residents died. Most never escaped the 4th floor, but one body was never found. Walter Graves, the tenant who lived in apartment 204, Daniel's apartment. According to the reports, Walter became obsessed with the hallway before the fire. Neighbors claimed he stood outside for hours staring into the darkness, whispering to himself. Then Daniel noticed something horrifying. In one old photograph, Walter looked exactly like the thing in the hallway. That night, the building changed. The hallways stretched impossibly long. Doors moved. Walls bent unnaturally. The exit vanished completely. Daniel ran through endless flickering corridors while the figure followed slowly behind him. It never rushed, never ran. It simply watched. "Don't look away," it whispered. Apartment doors creaked open around him, revealing dark, empty rooms filled with whispering voices. "Stay with us." Daniel finally locked himself inside the bathroom of his apartment and recorded one final message on his phone. "If anyone finds this, leave this building. Don't trust the hallway. And if you see someone standing at the end, don't stare." Then the bathroom lights went out. Thud, thud, thud. Something heavy slammed against the door. The breathing returned. Closer now. Daniel screamed as the door slowly creaked open. The last thing captured on the phone recording was a tall shadow entering the room. The next morning, police found apartment 204 completely empty. Daniel Mercer had vanished. No blood, no body, no evidence, except for one thing. The security footage showed a tall figure standing motionless in the hallway all night long, watching apartment 204, waiting. And just before the footage ended, the figure slowly turned toward the camera and whispered, "I see you."